Alright, this is the last video of the midterm exam review. We're on page 8 and we're going to do 21B and C. Okay, so we've already done 21A on a previous video. So let's sketch our curve. It's about an average student missing 8 days of class with a standard deviation of 6.1 days. Okay, so our mean is 8. Standard deviation is 6.1. And really I should have put in here that it's normally distributed. Okay, that's my mistake. So we want to know how many students would miss fewer than 3 days of class. Okay, so 3, it's less than the average. That's how we know it would be on the left. Okay, they've given us an x value of 3 and they want to know how many students would miss fewer than 3 days of class. So 3 is our x value. Okay, so our first step is we got to standardize. So z equals x minus mu over sigma. So we have 3 minus 8 over 6.1. And that is going to give us a z value of negative 0.82. Our next step after we get our z value is we have to go to the table and find the p-value. So 0.82. Alright, so 0.82 has a p-value of 0.2939. So go back here. So this has a p-value of 0.2939. Okay, and that p-value, that's the area that I'm dotting right now. Okay, our area of interest is the area to the left. So knowing that half of the curve is 0.5, we're going to subtract this dotted area from 0.5, and that is going to give us 0.2061. So this is the area that I've lined here. But the last step in this problem, because it's a how many problem, we've got to multiply this by the number of students. So we have 675 students. Okay, so this value, which is equivalent, that's the area that I've lined here, times the number of students, gives us 139.1. So that means that 139 students, okay, would miss fewer than 3 days of class. Alright, and we're on the last question, which is very wonderful. I guess I'll make some more space. Or no, I won't. Okay, the last question. How many students would miss between 5 and 7 days of class? Okay. So we're dealing with the same data pool. The average student misses 8 days of class. And what's the standard deviation? The standard deviation is 6.1. Okay, so they want to know how many students would miss between 5 and 7 days of class. Okay, so you know, you can tell because both of those values are to the left of the mean, aren't they? Okay, you can tell that they're gonna both be negative z values. Alright, that's our mean there. I'm gonna write the mean here. So our mean was 8. Okay, so we've got to standardize first. Okay, so z equals x minus mu over sigma. So z equals 5 minus 8 over 6.1, and that's going to give us a z value of negative 0.49. Okay, but we have 2 z values, so we've got to standardize this other one as well. So z equals x minus mu over sigma. Okay, and then putting the values in from the problem, that's 7 minus 8 over 6.1, which gives us a z-value of negative 0.16. Okay, now we're going to go to our table and we're going to find the p-value for both. Okay? And the p-value, that 4, yeah, that's a 4. The p-value for negative 0.49, 0.49. Okay, the p-value for 0.49 is here. All right. So I'm going to go back and write that down. So it's 0.1879. And the p-value for negative 0.16, if you look on your table, the p-value for that is 0.0636. Okay? Now, because we have z-values that have the same sign, they're both negative, the way we're going to solve this problem is we're going to take the big P, which is this number, and we're going to subtract the small p from it. Okay, and we learned that in class. So 0.1879 minus 0.0636 is going to give us 0.1243. Now we're not done because it doesn't ask us for the percentage of students. It asks us how many students. So the last step in this problem is we've got to multiply this, okay, times the total number of students, which we got just from the problem 21, the first line of it. Okay, and that's going to give us 83.9. And that's our final answer. So approximately, actually, I should, well, you can't round up when you're dealing with discrete data like this. I'm not going to go into that because it'll just be confusing. Okay, so that's our final answer. All right? So that's the last question on the review sheet.